Hey everybody, Jay Young here, King Operating. How do you frack a well? We've had a lot of questions coming back. Newsletter, thank you for the questions. How do you frack a well? Let's just go to the Wolfcamp Formation in Borden County, Martin County. The Wolfcamp is by far the most prolific zone in the Permian Basin. So let's say we want to go drill a Wolfcamp well there and horizontally drill it and frack it. So first you drill it. That's a drill bit. That's a drill bit all the way out. This is 7,100 feet. This is 7,300 feet. That zone is 200 feet thick. 200 feet thick. You drill a horizontal well right in the middle of it, like we are right here, and you go all the way out. Let's say this from here to here is 10,000 feet. So now you have a formation that is 200 feet by 10,000 feet, okay? 200 feet thick, 10,000 foot in lateral. Now, multiply that, you can have a OOIP number that is really big. Only not all of it is recoverable, but let's say we're going to frack the well. This one, the Permian Basin has gone from 1 million barrels of oil in the United States, 1 million barrels of oil, I want to say 10 years ago, maybe 15, to 5.5 million, almost 6 million barrels per day by fracking. 5 to 6 times the Permian Basin and the Delaware Basin out in West Texas, southern New Mexico. That's a huge increase in production by fracture stimulating the horizontal. First you drill it, and then in the toe of the well, you want to break this up into small segments. Why? Because what you want to do is first you want to perforate the pipe. You want to perforate the pipe. So you go all the way down to the end and you perforate the pipe. Let's say there's 200 feet. So you go to 200. You perforate the pipe 200 feet in the toe of the lateral because you don't want to perforate up here and then have to go back in and out of this thing, 100 times going in and out of this thing to frack all these different zones. So first, you have cement behind your pipe, and you have pipe all the way out to, let's say, 10,000 feet horizontally, and now you've gone out and you put a perforation gun down the hole, and you perforated the 200 feet at the end or the toe of the lateral. Now what do? Because this is all very hard rock. I mean, it is like if I had a marble table or cement, if I had a cement block, this is how hard this is. It's not easy. It doesn't just flow like Jed Clampett on the Beverly Hillbillies. This is hard rock that is filled with oil, but you have to get that to the tank battery to sell, right? It doesn't matter if it's still in the ground or not. Nobody's going to pay you unless it comes out of the ground and jumps in that tank battery, and then you can sell it. Then you get any money. But if you don't, it's not going to come out. So 200 feet at the end, and then what you do is you send water at high rates of speed. You'll send water at 100 barrels a minute all the way down into the formation here, and then you'll open up this rock. And then what you'll do is you'll push that water down into the formation, and then once it breaks or cracks open, like a baseball bat on a windshield, all of a sudden it comes open. Then you keep pressing it, and you put more barrels of water in there, and then it breaks open that rock. Because obviously what you want to do is you want all the oil that's in this lateral. The 200 feet, up and down, you want that, but you also want, this 200 feet right here. So let's just say every 200 feet, you're going to do the same thing that you've done right now. You've gone out here, perforated 200 feet, you've fracked it, you put sand in it. Sand acts as a propellant, a proppant to keep open the formation once it's opened up. And then you come out and you perforate this stage, do the same thing here. You perforate it, you put water at high rates of speed down there, it breaks open the rock, it continues to do the same thing here, you do it here, perforate it here. You do this all the way out. So you're doing multi-stages. You're doing multi-stages throughout the whole entire wellbore because you want all of this oil right here. You want all of this oil, and the only way to get it is by fracking the formation. Because if you don't, and what happened a long time ago when we'd come out here, we'd drill a 2,000 foot lateral, and then we'd perforate this. We'd perforate this whole entire wellbore and think, okay, that's what you do, right? And all of a sudden, we'd bring it in, and the wells just kind of go, it decreased in production real fast. Well, why would it do that? Well, because you didn't have, as much formation exposed to the wellbore as you do in this case. So you go in here and you perforate all of the different stages. This may be 50 stages, maybe a 50-stage frac. You do 50 stages, open up that wellbore so you can have as much oil as possible. So that's the reason why you do this. You want 1 million barrels of oil out of this well over time. An estimated ultimate recovery, EUR, 1 million barrels of oil over this well over again time. So that's 1 million times $80 a barrel is an $80 million well. It costs you $10 million to drill it. Then you have a good return on your investment. Okay, thank you.